We're back to some warmer weather, which is very nice at last. And it's a bit colder today than it was. The car had a full charge, 100% charge a couple of days ago. And then I had a day of just kind of pootering around the city. I had a bit of a run into the country yesterday. And yeah, it's so when I think I did the B reset. I hadn't reset the trip for maybe 1,500 miles or something like that, maybe nearly 2,000 miles actually. And it was, I think it said 90 miles on the range meter after I'd reset. Now that so that has been adjusting as I've been driving. So as you can see, I've just did a wee cutaway. I've used about half the battery. Just there's a little sliver over the halfway line on the battery, and it's saying 59 miles, and I've covered 60.3 miles over these last couple of days. So I'm in eco mode. I know some folks don't like eco mode. The reason I like it is because of how it adjusts the throttle. So it makes it much easier to feather the throttle, and especially for kind of coasting than when it's on its regular mode. For me, other people might find it different. So that's why. And that's about it, really. Yeah, so I'm just I'm pootering around and just marveling in the difference that the temperature makes. In the winter, when it was very cold, the range, you know, was well, it was probably about 40 miles difference. I think I still would get between 70, 80 miles if I was being relatively careful. But yeah. Bit of extra temperature. We're 13 degrees now in the morning, but like yesterday and the day before we were over 20 degrees, so makes a big difference. Anyway, we'll see how we go. So far 67.8 miles, and well, this is always a bit disappointing when you don't hit 100, but hey, 99 out of 100 ain't too bad. Of course, this is yeah, I'm still not quite understanding this energy save malarkey, whether it's just the journey you've just been on or whatever. Anyway, average 5.1, yeah, over here 5.12. I was up to 5.2 yesterday, but I've just come out to Costco and it's kind of heading up. Well, you're going out of Aberdeen, so you're heading kind of up. So it's mostly gently, but heading uphill. So I lost a bit on my average there. And as you can see, 46 miles on the range meter. So that's all fine. Right. I don't have the big car with me today, the Grand Picasso, which is, or obviously we would normally use if we're buying a piece of furniture. So this will be interesting. So this is a 4-foot table, and I suspect it's actually going to fit in. Oh, no bother at all. I thought I was going to have to fold down the back seats here to lie in, but in fact that's just going to fit perfectly straight across at the back. These are these American kind of UPVC type tables. You see them all over the place in the States. This is a nice little addition they didn't used to have. A wee spring-loaded handle. That makes life very easy for carrying. So great. Anyway, that was a complete and utter piece of cake. Yeah, I thought I was going to have to just put the seats down, slide it in, which would have been fine. There'd been plenty of space for that. But there you go. They have 6 feet tables as well. I don't need one that as big for where it's going to go in the study. For putting a light box on for taking photos. All right, so I'm going to take a wee trek back. I might go a little bit of a scenic route to head back into town though. And I forgot to have a look when I jumped in the car what the battery percentage was. But as you can see here, it's going to be around about 45% or something along those lines. There, a little bit below half. Back into town, and yeah, I took a little bit of more of a scenic route back. So our Costco is right out, about kind of 8 miles out of town. So where am I? I must be about 25% on the battery, by the looks of it. 29 miles. My average is over here is doing a bit better. Oh yeah, look at that. 91 miles already done. That's not bad, huh? With nearly 30 miles still on the range meter. What's going on over here? Vehicle. I don't think we're really going to see much more that's already on there. Yeah. 5.3. Total consumption 17-ish. That could be anything between 17 and 18. 91 miles. Very good. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? Coming in the last 15 minutes, coming back into town. More energy recovered than used over this bit here. Well, in fact, that's not true because these are on different scales, but hey, it looks good anyway. 4.6 kilowatt hours, so that'll be after I left Costco, right? It's once you've started again. 0.8 recovered. Right, there we go. I'm waiting here for a daughter to come on out. Not much else really on kind of on my side of things from EV stuff. I'm just watching what's going on at the moment. Watching the fun and games over the new Leaf and the battery issues there. Though I haven't seen anything. Yeah, I must say I've been awful busy, so I've not been checking up all the video blogs. Vlogs even over the last few weeks when we've had warmer weather. I wonder how that is doing for folks in their Leafs. I might just have a wee look at that and see. But yeah, I certainly noticed a difference in the warmer weather. It does make a big difference to your range. We know that already. But you know, 4-year car, this a 4-year-old car now. Well, more than 4 years old, 4.5 years old. And that battery degradation does not seem to be an issue at all, does it? For the Zoe anyway. Well, not for my one anyway. Seems absolutely fine. It's this, yeah. What we're working at here looks like be 120, maybe 120 miles or so. And that's a combination of out in the country and around the city driving. That's all right. I've just been pootering around the local streets here while Andrew's in at the guitar lesson, and so that's just as I pulled up to pick him back up again. The red warning has come on, and the message to you must charge your car. Do you want to select a charging station near you? So I'll say no to that. So I've still got a bit of a sliver on the battery, and 117.2 miles, but now it's gone to the dashes, so I don't have any I think it was at 6 miles maybe, which would put me about 123 or so if I go for it. So I'm not. Well, I've got to get back home. I'm in the middle of the city at the moment, so I need to do a little bit more. Yeah, not quite sure if I want to totally run this till it stops, as I did before. Hey, we'll see how we go. Maybe let it get to limited performance mode and then go from there. I just let the car lock, and I did it. It's gone on 4%. So I just did that a minute ago, and it was 5%, and now it's down to 4%, and I've not done anything. So it always, I think, as others have done when they've done, kind of looking at how the battery works in. When you get down to these kind of, it's all a bit, it's not completely rocket, well, not rocket science, there. Anyway, 4%. So that's about a kilowatt hour, right? More or less. Left. So that would take me a bit over 120 miles, really. If I'm still the full 22 kilowatt hours of juice available, which it would look like there is. So I've just jumped back in the car, and I've been in and out and just doing these little short journeys. So when I just got in the car a second ago, it was saying 1%, so I'm risking this here by now driving away, but it hasn't come up with the limited performance yet. But you see, I've not really done many more miles, but it's because I've been just in and out of the car. I think no doubt the battery's been doing a little bit of kind of settling, and it's got a little bit colder the car's just been sitting for a couple of hours, so it has had a chance to kind of settle itself down. Anyway, I'm maybe going till the limited performance comes on, see how many miles we get, just pootering around the block here, so near to the charger. The last time I tried to do this and kept close to the charger, of course didn't it run out when I was like the furthest away from the charger, but it wasn't too far away, just around the corner. But that's the way it goes, isn't it, sometimes? All right, the charger's free, so that's a good thing. There's no anyone at it at the moment. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not. Yeah, there's I don't. Is there even a little pixel? I don't think there's even a pixel in the battery at the moment, so I'm surprised it hasn't come up with the limited performance yet. We'll see. That's 120 miles. So just a short moment after there's a charger. Shall I risk one more time round? I will. Why not? So limited performances has come up. I'll go one more time around the block, and then I'm plugging in because I really don't want to run out. Well, discretion being the better part of valor and all that, I've decided to call it quits. And at an indicated 22 kilowatt hours of energy used and 122.1 miles. Still driving, still going, and still obviously on the limited performance thing, but That doesn't seem too bad, does it? So I'm going to plug in, and then I'm assuming it'll be an indicated 0% on here when I go for that. So let's plug in and see. Turning off. My 99 out of 100, not too bad on my old score here. 5.4. Oh yeah, so let's see. What did the average end up being? 5.48. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad at all. Okay. Where am I? That's the one I want. All right. Key card. And lugging around a whole 30 can pack of Diet Coke as well. Right. This is not so easy to do single-handed. Plugged in. Usual thing, this one's not working. There's an error on the here, as it tells you, error on the driver for the right. Oh, a bit mixed up here. Let's get that under there. Okay. Try to eliminate the trip hazard. Yes, 0% as expected, and 4 hours 15 for the full charge on this 7 kilowatt charger. Well, the car has finished charging. Finally, I'm just heading down to unplug it, and I'm interested to see what the car itself says, because the app is saying something absolutely balmy as far as its expected range goes. But let's have a look and see what the car says. Right, see how much energy it's taken in. Tell us on the screen here. Still the error. Plug B charging. Okay. Oh, it's not. Usually it tells you on here what it's been doing. Let me get the. Yeah, it usually tells you. We open up. 100%, that looks good. There we go. 24 hours, 44 minutes at the moment. Oh, let it cycle through again so we get to see. Plug B, 24.83. Right, we'll stop that there. Yeah, that's fascinating. There's something weird going on. So it's saying in here, let's fire up, get some light on. Yeah, so it's saying in the car itself 119 miles estimated range. So that is about right, isn't it, for what I've just done, 122 on that charge. So if it keeps going, that's kind of a fair bet for that range. But on the app, you'll see, I think it was 154 miles or something. It's like, where is it getting that from? Who even knows what is going on there? But there we go. And that's, you know, I haven't reset or anything like that. I've just jumped in the car, 119 miles. So, not too bad. Yeah, so that's I think that's probably the first time since it's had the battery management system updated that I've kind of done a, running it right down to zero and being kind of gentle with the driving while I've been doing that. I mean, I have, I've got kind of low and in the past, but not, and it's because the weather's been cold, so it hasn't been as many miles. So some of it's been up to about 100 miles or so in that time. Now, before that, I think the last time I kind of did this, I think I was about 120 miles. The last time I thought, oh, yeah, for a bit of fun, I'll just drive carefully and see what I get. So it's round about the same. So, which is, of course, what you'd expect. I mean, the ultimate capacity of the battery hasn't changed or anything like that. So it's obviously still giving you that the 22 kilowatt hours. But it's good peace of mind for, as far as the battery degradation goes after 4.5 years. Of course, not, I haven't done massive miles like some folks have done a lot more miles than I've done. I'm now at 32,056. So that's, yeah, that's fine. So anyway, but all is good, all is well, and no problems or anything like that. So it is 2 in the morning because it took forever and I was doing some other bits and bobs and kind of waiting for it to finish so I could come up and do this last bit for this video. But it's late, it's getting colder, 9 degrees, and well, I'm tired and I want to go to bed, if you know what I mean. All right, see you guys later. Bye.